Well, hello and welcome back. Just doing a little trade recap today. It is May 7th. It's a Thursday. And we took three trades last night, and I took one trade this morning. I sat out of one and then I took another one, and it was good enough. I called it a day. So for today, we're up 150. I am two of my trades last night were actually successful, kind of. I had one failed trade and two that filled. And I was up last night. At the end of the night, I was up 75, which isn't great considering that's two winning trades and one loss. So that's not a great ratio. Um, so we then had one more trade this morning that went my way, and true to my form, I was a little bit apprehensive about letting it go to my stop. Um, and this is something I still need to work on. It's like when I'm having an issue or when I'm ahead, when I get ahead, I get so focused on not wanting to get any of it back that I run my stops really tight. And so it kept me from getting more money. I would have gotten more money. But at any rate, I made another 75 this morning, so I'm up 150 for the day, and I went ahead and called it a day. I didn't want a repeat of the other day where I started the day up 110 and then gave it all back and ended the day down almost 200 bucks. So I didn't want a repeat of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over each of the trades I took and just go over the thought process behind each trade and hopefully help me do better. All right, so let's get into the trades, folks. Okay, so we're first going to start with the trades I took yesterday. So let's go back in time. And as you can see, we had some petering kind of stuff going on here. So I was doing a little research, and let me just give you a little bit of history and what was going on in my brain here. So we've got a pull down, and then we started doing a ranging pattern here. So we've got ranging consolidation. And then what we have is we have it breaking out here. You guys can see it broke out of the formation and then it held here. And since it broke out of the formation and it held and was doing minor pullbacks, to me, that's a successful breakout. That is indicating that since it's holding above the previous zone, that is acceptance of a new price area, which indicates that it will likely go higher. So because of that, I saw an opportunity here to get in on a trade, and I saw that it made this new high right here, and I went ahead and I put my entry low like this because I wanted to make sure that there was room for me to get to my profit within this area without having to go too far out of it. And sure enough, it filled right away, and I moved my target, and I got a full $110 or something like that out of that trade. And I could have just kept doing that, honestly, because it came down, would have filled again, came down, like, and then look at this, just as I was saying. So we've got a zone created here, right? So we've got this range, right? And it breaks out of the range, and then it doesn't immediately pull back into the range, right? It comes down and it's doing these little pullbacks. So this is acceptance of a new price zone. That's what we're looking at here. So you're expecting this to be a fulfilled uh, breakout. And sure enough, look at that. It broke right out. So here, that would have been a good trade, but I wasn't here. I would walked away. but that would have been a great trade right there. So you got a new high. Oh, no, that's what it was. Okay, so here I didn't take this trade because I didn't care for this zone up here. And I don't like trading into zones. And to me, this came up and hit this zone. And so I don't like trading back into it. But as you can see, it would have been a great trade to continue on. So this right here is great trading area. When you've got big movements like this is a good areas to take your trade. So here, this is where I was like, okay, we're coming back up. And didn't take this trade, and I was determined to take the next one. And it went up here, and I got in on this trade here, expecting it to go up. And what did it do? It just completely failed on me. So this was a good trade. This is not a failure. This to me is okay because I like this trade. It is off this resistance line, so that's not great trading back into a resistance. But I got a good entry on it, and I felt like it was a good stop. And my stop was actually down here, and I moved it up to here. So I didn't lose as much on that trade. But at any rate, it failed. And then I said, okay, so I walked away. I let it do its thing. I don't like to take shorts when I'm above the red line. So now here, let's see what happened. I'm trying to remember. I took one more trade. Didn't I? Or was that? Oh, no, I did. This was my final trade right here. So it came down, and then what I saw is that I saw that it was getting more resistance here. And so I went ahead and entered again, hoping for a long. And it got a push. And once again, in this instance, if I can grab let's see if I can find my zone, this is my take profit zone. I've actually expanded it a little bit because I'm hoping to try and take bigger profits. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but that's what I'm doing. But anyway, I had put this in here, and then what happened was it started going my way, and I didn't want to lose again, so I brought up and I just got just short of $100 on this trade. And because I started out with a $110 trade, then I just got short of $100 on that trade, and my loss was negligible. I actually was up 75 at that point, and then I just called it a day. So that was my first 3 trades last night. And then I was out of time. I went and did other stuff. So anyway, let's get back into this morning, and we'll see what I was looking at this morning. I ended up only taking a single trade this morning. I wasn't able to get to the markets till about 8:30. So we should be around here somewhere. Let's focus. And once again, so this is what has been happening to me. Ooh. Whoop. Cancel. We're at 9:55 right now. All right, so there's my trade. And funny enough, it actually didn't fulfill what I thought was happening. But you can see there was plenty of room there. So we have this kind of a meandering market going on here. Then we have a breakout. To me, we're making a new high. I'm expecting this thing to jump back up into the world here. I didn't like this one because to me that's a double top. But you can see I could have actually taken a trade there. It would have filled. Then we get a bigger pullback. And once it got into the red line there, I really liked this trade. because I'm expecting a good support off that red line. And it came up and took me in. It started going my way. And once again, I was ahead for the day already. So I was being super conservative with my stop, and I dropped my stop early, but I could have waited. I could have waited and dropped my stop here. I would have gotten like $120 instead of 75. So I left, $55 on the table, something like that. Um, and that's something I need to work on in my head. I just, it's hard for me to reconcile giving up gains. And when I had that recent situation where I was up 100 and then I gave it all back and the end of the day down 200, I didn't want to repeat of anything like that, because when in hindsight, looking back on it, if I had stayed at that 100, I would have passed this by today. So let's take a look at my earnings for the day. You can see I'm up 150. And here we are, guys. This is my total net liquidation. We're at 26,203. We're $300 away from passing this account. And so that's fantastic. We are well on our way to giving Apex more of our money to try and use a funded account. Once again, this will be only the second time in the past 5 years that I've been trading that I've reached a funded account location. So this is a big deal. The last funded account, you guys can look at it if you go back into my previous videos that I put up. I had, and I ran it and I worked it. And I got it up to $1,000 positive, and then I blew it in a single day. And that will not happen to me again, because I no longer allow myself to take more than a $250 loss in a day. That's my daily loss limit. Sometimes it creeps a little above that, but if it ever gets to that threshold or that realm, I shut it down. I'm not taking any more trades. So I will never blow up my account in a single day again. That is a promise that I've made to myself. Once again, look at this, guys. So then we have a crossover. Look at this trade. This is a beauty. Bam, gone. Then we have a pullback here as well. So we go, and with these big pushes like this, I'm likely to just take these trades even if they don't touch the gold line. So I would have taken at least that one and that one. And I stuck around and paid attention. Look at these two trades. Beautiful, beautiful trades. Here's another one that I wouldn't have taken, because after two, I don't take any more trades. But look, that one would have filled. That one would have filled. Here's another one. That one would have filled. Hell, guys, look at this. That one would have filled. Like, they just would have kept filling. That would have been another $600 right there. I would have finished my account. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, another $400 at least, if I would have let it actually go to my target. So that's just trading the micro pullbacks, right? So you got a nice trend going on, micro pullback, trade the break, trend, micro pullback, trade the break, trend, micro pullback, trade the break, trend, micro pullback, trade the break, trend. It's actually a big pullback, trade the break. Man, that would have been beautiful. Like, I could have just kept trading it. And then here, it breaks through our EMA here. And then once it's above, there's no trades. And now you can see, and then it's changing positions. So now you got this drive, and then you got a micro pullback. You could trade the break, could have gone that way. And now we're ranging, which happens. Then we got breaking down through, got acceptance of the breakthrough. Matter of fact, look at this. This is another pattern. So we got a reset, because you went from one side of the EMA to the other side. Then you have a pullback. Then you have right. Oh, this isn't even the right thing. Cancel. Unfortunately, this might have taken me out, but look at that. That one would have filled. This one, well, that would probably would have taken me out, but it would have filled eventually. So you got this kind of a session. I need to quit looking at the markets because I'm likely to take a trade. But anyway, that's it, guys. That's it for today. We're going to call it a day. We're at $300 short of hitting our target. We are getting really close. I could potentially do that. I've had $300 days. But the only way to do it is to actually keep trading and keep trying. And once again, get excited about trying to make money. Like look at the market, change your mindset. Look at the market as a means to make money, as opportunities to make money. Look for your opportunities to make money, and fearlessly take those opportunities. Confidently take the opportunities when they present themselves. All of these would not even be trades for me because I just don't like. I like to come from a previous low. I mean, maybe this crossover might have been a trade for me. I don't know. I mean, this potentially could be a trade right here. This is why I don't want to watch this anymore, because I might end up blowing my account up or taking some losses. All right, guys. So that's going to be it for today. I just wanted to touch base, make sure we're just keeping ourselves honest, and we're going to keep on fighting. We're $300 off our goal, which we're right there, guys. We'll be there in a couple days. Thanks for watching, and